सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वेदान्तसाम्राज्य धर्मकामार्थमोक्षदं विद्यारण्यन्नुमः पुण्यं यो विद्यारण्यमच्छिनत्। We'll see Samadhi Nirupanam. 19th prayer. Ahamatma sakshi kevalaha chinmatra swarupaha We completed the topic of Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, and now we are seeing the topic of Samadhi. Samadhi means the state of mental absorption or the state of absorption of the mind in the object of meditation. That is Samadhi. And Samadhi was defined by the Granthakara as, in this context, I gave general definition. Samadhi is the state of absorption of the mind in the object of meditation. In this context, in Vedantic context, Samadhi means Brahmani abhedena avasthanam, remaining in Brahma without any sense of separation. So remaining as Brahman without any separation, that is called Samadhi. Means I am appreciating, I am Brahma, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, and I remain with this thought. And afterwards the awareness of the thought is not there. that I am thinking or I am meditating is not there. Only this Brahma being Atma or Atma being Brahman, that alone is revealed in the mind. So vritti is accepted. In Panchadashi, the discussion is there. In Nirvikalpaka Samadhi also, in Vedanta, vritti is accepted. This is a technical point. But this awareness that I am thinking about Brahman is not there. That is the speciality of this Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. And then Nirvikalpaka Samadhi Pratibandhaka, the obstacles. Laya, Vikshepa, Kashaya, Rasaswadaha. These are the 4 obstacles. Most of the people will have these obstacles of Laya and Vikshepa. In the beginning, these are the obstacles. And when Laya, Vikshepa are taken care of, then sometimes Kashaya, these unconscious emotions, they don't allow the person to focus on Brahman. That person remains stagnated. And that Kashaya is also one of the obstacles. Obstacle to Nirvikalpa Samadhi means what? Anything which comes in your way to have the absorption of the mind in Brahman, that is the obstacle. Even there is a good thought. I am going to Vaikuntha and Vishnu Bhagavan is sitting there and I am doing Namaskara. That also is an obstacle in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. If you are doing the meditation on Vishnu, that is not an obstacle. That is a part of this meditation. You can meditate like this also. When you are meditating on Vishnu, you can meditate. I am going to Vishnu and Vishnu Bhagavan is giving me darshanam, blessing and all. It's a part of Vishnu meditation. So what is obstacle is decided by what is the object of your focus. When you are in dining hall and thinking about food, it's not an obstacle. It's the right thing to do. When you are eating, you should think about eating. That time you need not think about this, which prayer we have come. Need not. You can think about that. Think about nothing wrong, but that will be considered obstacle. You may eat payasam and sambar together, like you mix up both of them. Instead of putting sambar, you put the payasam on the rice. That type of thing may happen. Okay. But what I want to say, that whatever is coming in your way to appreciate yourself to be Brahman, that is obstacle. And so various obstacles were described. Laya, Vikshepa, Kashaya, Rasaswada. And then afterwards, for this success in the pursuit of Nididhyasanam leading to Samadhi, there were other obstacles talked about. Laya, the Vasana, and this restlessness of the mind. And those Vasana, Kshaya, those obstacles are removed. And the removal of obstacle is called Vasana, Kshaya and Manonasha. And therefore the 3 sadhanas were suggested from another angle: Vasanakshaya, Manonasha and Tattvagdanabhyasa. Out of these 3, Tattvagdanabhyasa topic we have already seen. When we saw the Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam, it is a Tattvagdanabhyasa. And Vasanakshaya topic we are seeing. What is Vasana? Vasana is the impressions of the experiences which becomes the basis for future reaction. That is called Vasana, which is a type of samskara. And when these Vasanas or samskaras are neutralized to a very great extent, we don't expect 100%, to a very great extent, then Krodhadi Anutpattihi. So reaction will not be there. So reactions will be ceased to be when the cause for the reaction in the form of Vasana is neutralized, or Vasanas are neutralized. And what is the significance of bringing about the cessation of krodha in the context of samadhi? If you have got reaction during the day, your samadhi will not be successful. People generally think that I will continue to behave and live the life the way I was living, and 1 hour I do samadhi. It is not possible. Your 1 hour of samadhi will be successful, will be effective only when you have lived your life for 23 hours very well. It should be samadhi friendly life. If samadhi friendly or nididhyasana friendly life is not there, nididhyasana will not happen. It is not like switch on the mobile or switch off the mobile. Okay, you said, say, I am switching off the mind and I am switching on nididhyasana and nididhyasana will start. It doesn't happen that way. Try. It is not that. And therefore, your rest of the time, how are you living, that matters. This point people don't understand and they complain, Swamiji, I am not able to do meditation well. Why? Because meditation friendly life is not there. And therefore, krodhadi anutpattihi, cessation of reaction, is important for your successful pursuit of samadhi, nididhyasana. Therefore, it is discussed in this context. And that will be possible when vasanas are destroyed. And vasanas creating reaction can be destroyed when you have dradayam kshantyadi vasanayam. When the right tendencies like compassion, accommodation, love, ahimsa, when those tendencies, those values are very well developed, then they will overpower this ashubha vasana, which are the basis for reaction. So by shubha vasana, shubha samskara, the ashubha vasanas are neutralized. And by the neutralization of ashubha vasana, the reactions are reduced, removed. And thereby your meditation will be successful. That is the message. Now, in the next prayer, how this durvasana, wrong tendencies, can be neutralized. For that, one suggestion is given. Already, kshantyadi vasanayam dridhayam was given. Now, similar idea is given in the next prayer. Maitri karuna muditopeksha rupavasana sat bhurupasadvasana patavena. Ragadidurvasanakshayah samyak bhuyat. Here, the main sentence is Ragadi Durvasana Kshayah Samyak Bhuyat. Let there be Bhuyat. Samyak, very well. What? Ragadi Durvasana Kshayaha. Kshayaha means reduction, removal of Durvasana, the obstructive tendencies such as Ragadi, the attachment, etc. So, Ragadi adi padena dvesha. So, Ragadi durvasana kshayaha means removal or reduction of the obstructive wrong tendencies such as likes, dislikes, etc. And how it is possible? How we remove these wrong vasanas which are creating reactions? For that, the description is given based on Yoga Shastra. Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha, Rupa, Sadvasana, Patavena. Patava means strength here. In this context, strength. Patoho bhavaha patavam. Tena. Patavena. So, Patavena means by the strength of, by the mastery of what? Sadvasana. Sadvasana means good tendencies, good habits. So when you hear the word vasana, generally in your mind this negative connotation comes. That vasana means something wrong only. Not necessary. Shubha vasana also possible. So vasana is of two types. Shubha vasana means good habits, good tendencies, and ashubha vasana, these wrong tendencies, obstructive tendencies. So some people have got shubha vasana means they like to go to the temple. They like to do parayanam. They like to sit quietly. These are what? Shubha vasanas. And by this strength of the shubha vasanas, sadvasana means shubha vasana, good tendency, good habits. What are they? Maitri. Maitri means friendliness. Have this disposition, develop the disposition of Maitri, friendliness. Whoever that person is, I am friend to everybody. Whether other person considers me friend or not, that is his problem, her problem. I am friendly with everybody. In I think Rigveda or somewhere, very beautiful prayer he says, Mitrasya chakshusha sarvam samiksha mahe, or something word is there. Let me see the entire world with the eyes of friend. Mitra has got meaning Surya also. So let me see the world with the eyes of a friend. How a friend will be looking at different people. Let me learn to see the world with that eyes. Not the eyes of enemy, with the eyes of friend. Maitri. Second is what? Karuna. Karuna means compassion. Have that compassion. Sometimes what happens, because of the obsession with the justice and discipline, compassion goes away. Therefore, one needs to be mindful about it, that compassion is the quality of a saint. And Pujya Swamiji used to say that compassion is a sign of maturity. More mature you become, more compassionate you are. Therefore, one needs to pay attention whether I am able to look at the situation compassionately. When some situation is there, you can ask this question, how to handle this situation in a compassionate manner. There are two ways of handling. One is in a very tough disciplinarian manner, other is a compassionate manner. So you ask this question, how to handle this situation in compassionate manner without compromising with the basic values, without compromising with the spirit of justice. In the name of compassion, we should not do injustice to some people. But at the same time, maintaining justice, how can I be compassionate? I have to tell this thing to this person. But how will I tell so that this person will feel least hurt, less hurt? That is called compassion, approach of compassion. So one needs to pay the attention to that. Some people it comes very spontaneously. They are very, very compassionate because of the Purva Janma Samskaras. And some people have to develop that. Pay full attention on that compassion. Then mudita. Mudita means gladness. Means in general, our disposition is of happiness. We see what is the bright side of the situation. It is not that we don't see the dark side, but bright side is good enough to gladden us. Some people, they get stuck with the dark side of the situation. Every situation will have bright side and dark side. So dark side we definitely notice, but let them not allow you to have a hold over you. And in general, there is this disposition of gladness. A happy person, cheerful person. And it is not that we force cheerfulness on us. But we develop the habit of seeing the bright side of the situation, bright side of the person. And I always find that if you have that mind, you will find out. There will be always some interesting part of that situation. So for you to smile will be relatively easy. For some people, very difficult. In every day, hardly 1 or 2 times they will be smiling. It's very difficult. As if like smiling is costing them, it looks like. Whereas some people smile comes very easily. So learn to have that type of that disposition where you are generally happy. It requires some introspection. It requires certain what is called attitude to be developed, prasada buddhi. That whatever Bhagavan does, finally it will be for our good. If that disposition is there, then you can be relatively happy. If people think that no, Bhagavan is angry with me, then what happens? Whatever happens, you will see as an expression of Bhagavan's anger only. Bhagavan gave me admission because he wants to punish me there. Therefore, he got me. So, mudita and upeksha. As and when required, we learn to be indifferent. Upeksha means indifferent. Means somebody has done something wrong and we don't harp on that. That why he did like this, why he did. But yeah, if required, that if that situation should not be repeated and therefore we tell the person at appropriate time if it is your duty. Otherwise, let things be. If somebody has got some habits and all and you have tried your best and sometimes it is not even your role, still you suggested and that person is not able to come out, then what? Upeksha. You should not spoil your mind because of others' weakness. Sometimes that person who is drinking doesn't have any problem. You have problem because he is drinking. So, you try your best if it is your area of influence or it is your duty. But otherwise, if you keep on bothering about all the problems in the world, then you can never be happy. So you learn to develop some upeksha, indifference. And by this sadvasana, appropriately, where upeksha is required, upeksha. With reference to your own weakness, upeksha should not be there. If somebody tells you that, see, this you are doing is not proper, morning you are chanting very loudly, not proper. Oh, I have upeksha for everything. So, upeksha, mudita, karuna, appropriately to be used. In Yoga Sutra, there is the Yoga Sutra text, there is a sutra. I think it is 1.30, if I remember number correctly. The first pada, 30th sutra. Maitri, karuna, mudita, muditopekshanam, sukha, dukkha, punya, punya vishayanam, bhavanataha, chitta prasadanam. It's a very beautiful sutra, which says Maitri, with reference to the people, somebody has got sukha, so you have the friendliness with that person, not jealousy. My friend has become happy, my friend has the occasion of happiness, enjoy, celebrate. Then karuna, if somebody has dukkha, then have karuna. Then mudita, somebody has got some punya, and because of that, that person has got some virtues. Mudita, I am very happy that you have so much compassion. I am very happy that you have so much value for truthfulness. Mudita. And upeksha, with regard to apunya. Some people vices, you don't bother so much about it. He is like this, he is like this, he is like this. Some people have got investigation mind, investigating mind. Everywhere, like they are the live security camera. Wherever they go, they say, what is wrong going on? That is not a good mind to be happy, especially for a sadhaka. If you are appointed as a spy, you do that job well, then do it. But if that is not the duty given to you, then learn to have indifference. Oh, let me see that in ashram, in the kitchen, how they are behaving properly, friendliness, or they are fighting, what. It is not your duty. You are here for 4-5 days. If something has to manage, the management will manage. You are getting food in your plate or not, that's all. Don't bother. Everywhere go and what are the problems here? We need not bother. So we pay attention, not bother. We pay attention where we need to pay attention. All right. So by this type of bhavanatah chitta prasadanam durvasana kshayaha bhuyat. So we pray to Bhagavan, let me develop the shubha vasana so that the ashubha vasanas are neutralized. This is one important message. Don't think too much that I have a durvasana. Instead of think of what? Let me develop shubha vasana. Thinking too much about one's weakness makes you weaker. Then always think of ways to become stronger rather than thinking about one's weakness most of the time. I have done this papam, I have done this papam. Instead of that, say Bhagavan is so gracious, Bhagavan is so gracious, So think about the grace of Ishvara. Rather than all the time thinking about the 10 years ago I did this papam, 5 years ago I did this papam. Yes, whatever wrong things done, we acknowledge, we don't deny. And we resolve that we will not do it. But keep on thinking about the past violations makes you weaker. Guilt cripples the person down. Therefore, instead of thinking this guilt, etc., durvasana, you think about shubha vasana. All right. So that is the topic of durvasana kshaya discussed here. All right. So with this, the samadhi topic also is completed. Now, jnana phala nirupanam. In fact, earlier also you can say jnana phala, but there it was presented as the result of sadhana. Now we are talking about the result of jnana sadhana is jnanam, and that what is the result of that jnanam? So there is a subtle difference. So there, shravana, manana, nididhyasanam will lead to what? The Brahma Sakshatkaraha. Through the removal of obstacle. Now, what is the result of Brahma Sakshatkara itself? That is being talked about. So, Jnana Phala Nirupanam. Paravara Brahma Sakshatkarena Asya Paravara Brahma Sakshatkritavataha Mama Hridaya Granthi Bheda Sarva Samshaya Hridaya Granthi Bheda Sarva Samshaya Nivrutti Sarva Karma Kshaya Rupa Parama Purusharthaha Samyagavir Bhuyat. Yes. So here the main sentence is Parama Purusharthaha Samyagavir Bhuyat. Let the highest human goal called moksha Samyagavir Bhuyat. Let it manifest. Avir Bhuyat means manifest Samyak very well. And this particular prayer is based on the Mundaka Upanishad 2:2-8. Bhidyate hridaya granthihi chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. Based on that mantra, this prayer is there. And what is said here? that let me have that Parama Purushartha called moksha. And Parama Purushartha is in the form of Hridaya Granthi Bheda, Sarva Samshaya Nivrutti, and Sarva Karma Kshaya Rupa. Parama Purushartha. Parama Purushartha, the highest human goal called moksha, Rupa is in the form of Hridaya Granthi Bhedaha. The breaking, the destruction of the knot of the heart. The knot is there, so it's called Granthi. Hridaya Granthi means the knot of the heart. Sarva Samshaya Nivrittihi, removal of all doubts. And Sarva Karma Kshaya, the destruction of all Punya Papa. Here Karma means Punya Papa. And this should happen to whom? Mama Sakshat Kritavataha. For me, Mama, who is Sakshat Kritavataha, who has intimately appreciated. What is intimately appreciated? Paravara Brahma. Paravara Brahma means Brahman which is appearing as Para, cause, Avara, effect, and beyond cause and effect. So, I who have intimately appreciated the Brahman which is appearing as the cause, effect, and also we supply beyond cause and effect. Asya mama, for me, for this person, me, who has intimately appreciated the Paravara Brahma. And how this Parama Purushartha will happen? Paravara Brahma Sakshatkarena. By Sakshatkara, we have seen Sakshatkara means intimate, direct appreciation of Brahma. Brahma Sakshatkara means intimate, direct appreciation of Brahma. What type of Brahma? Paravara Brahma. Just now we saw the meaning. Para means the cause, Avara means the effect. And Paravara conveys the idea that Brahman is appearing as the cause and effect. Brahman alone is Ishvara, cause. Brahman alone is Jagat, the effect. And Brahman in his true nature, free from being the Ishvara and Jagat. So, Jagat Rupa, Ishvara Rupa, and Jagatva Ishvaratva Rahita. That is called Paravara Brahma. And so, by appreciating that I, Paravara Brahma alone am, I alone am appearing as the effect, I alone am the cause Ishvara, and in reality I am free from being the cause and effect. By this Sakshatkara, by this intimate direct appreciation, let there be Parama Purushartha. Because Shruti says this, Bhidyate Hridaya Granthihi Chidyante Sarva Samshayaha Kshiyante Cha Asya Karmani Tasmin Drishte Paravare. When Paravara Brahman is appreciated very well, then the Hridaya Granthihi Bhidyate is broken. Chidyante Sarva Samshayaha, all doubts are resolved and all Punya Papas are destroyed. For whom? For that person who has discovered this Paravara Brahma as oneself. So these three results are put together called moksha. What are the three results? Hridaya Granthi Bheda, Sarva Samshaya Nivrutti, and Sarva Karma Kshaya. These three things put together is called moksha. And let me have this result in the form of moksha, consisting of these three aspects of moksha. Now from the next prayer, all these three are going to be defined. What is the meaning of Hridaya Granthi Bhedaha? What is the Sarva Samshaya Nivrutti? And what is Sarva Karma Kshayaha? So that Granthakara himself is explaining, so I did not. So we'll see the next one. Ahankaratmanoho ekatva brahma nivrutti rupaha अयं हृदयग्रन्थिभेदः दृढीभूयात्. Yes. So here the main sentence is Hridaya Granthi Bhedaha Dridhi Bhuyat. Hridaya Granthi Bhedaha. Bheda means breaking. Breaking of Granthi, the knot of the heart. And let the breaking of the knot of the heart, Dridhi Bhuyat. Let it be firm, means let it be complete. Let the breaking of the knot of the heart be complete. Means little bit knot should not remain. Hridaya Granthi Vedaha Dridhi Bhuyat. Here Dridhata Nama Purnata. Complete. Acha, now what is the knot of the heart? We thought we have a straight heart. Let's say there is a knot of the heart. That is said, what is the knot? Ahankaratmanaha ekatva brahma. That is Hridaya Granthi. And Hridaya Granthi Bhedaha means Nivrutti. So let there be breaking of the knot of the heart. Ayam, this, which is presented in this shloka. This breaking of the knot of the heart, which is Rupaha, which is in the form of Nivrutti, removal. Of what? Ekatva Brahma. The delusion of mistake of oneness. Of what? Ahankaratmanoho. Between the Ahankara and Atma, the self. Ahankara is the Antakarana's one aspect. Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. Ahankarta iti vrittimat antakaranam ahankaraha. Antakarana, which is having this vritti, what? Aham karta. That is called ahankara. So, mind which is having this thought. What thought? I am karta. I am bhokta. That is called ahankara. And that ahankara is anatma. And this anatma, ahankara and atma, there is a mix-up. Identification. So here ekatva is in the sense of identification. So the identification between ahankara and atma is called hridaya granthi. In granthi always two things are there. Two things are the joined together. So here what are the two things joined together? Ahankara and atma. Because of which I have got this conclusion, what? I am the doer. I did not do this well. I did this wrongly. I could have done much better. All these are there because of what? The Hridaya Granthi. Ahankarta, Ahankara and Atma are mixed up in our understanding. Physically they are not mixed up. Cannot be mixed up. Because Ahankara is Mithya, Atma is Satyam. Satyam and Mithya can never be really mixed up. But in our understanding, they are mixed up. And that is called Hridaya Granthi. The knot of the heart is in the form of identification, mix-up between Ahankara and Atma. And that knot of the heart, which is the cause for samsara, is called here Hridaya Granthi. And that Hridaya Granthi is destroyed by the knowledge what? I am Brahma. I am not this limited Ahankara. I am limitless Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. By this knowledge, the Granthi Bhedaha happens. So that's why it is said, the Paravara Brahma Sakshatkarena Hridaya Granthi Bhedaha. So prayer is there, let there be complete breaking of the knot of the heart, which is in the form of identification between Ahankara anatma and atma. Alright, so this is first aspect of moksha. Now second is what? Sarva samshaya nivrutti. Removal of all doubts. That is the second aspect of moksha, which is presented in the next paragraph, which is a long paragraph. So all doubts are presented. Very interesting. Atma deha tirikto vanava. Atma deha divyatirikto vanava. Vyatiriktvatvepi kartruttvadi dharmayogi vanava. Akartrutvepi tasya brahmana abhedosti vanava. Abhedepi tadjnanam karmadi sahitam va mukti sadhanam kevalam va. Atmano brahmatve satyapi tadbuddhya veditum shakyate vanava. Mama paramarthato brahmatve satyapi tadrugrupam sakshatkritam vanava. Sakshatkrutepi itah param kartavyam asti vanava. Kartavya bhavepi idanim mama jivan mukti rasti vanava. Jivan muktatvepi vartamana dehapatan nantaram videha muktir bhavishyati vanava. Tat praptavapi kalantare punarjanma bhavishyati vanava. Ityadi sarva samshaya nivrittir bhuyat. Yes, please read. Ten doubts are there. So, some people have one issue. What, Swamiji, I never get doubts. There are people who say that. I don't get doubts, Swamiji. And some people say, Swamiji, I always get doubts. I have so many doubts. I can keep a doubt book. So many doubts, So, both are okay. If you are not getting doubt, there are two possibilities. Either you are understanding everything very well, or you don't understand anything. Means you are not having so much clarity, grasp over the subject matter. something you understood, and you are not very sure what you have not understood. Sometimes people are not clear about what they are not clear. So both possibilities are there. But we need not worry about it. If you don't get doubt and you are getting some understanding, at least you have feeling of understanding and you are enjoying the pursuit, continue. And some people, they have got every class, they have got 5-6 questions, They are named as the Prashna Chaitanya. I was also like something like that, Prashna Chaitanya. I used to have so many doubts, After reading the Tattvabodha, about 108 questions I had. So to my teacher, I had to ask so many doubts. All right, but all doubts are resolved when you get Brahma Jnana. And what are the possible doubts? That list is given. So now whenever you get a feeling that I don't get doubts, you have a list of doubts, So you read this, that's your doubt. Okay. The first one is Atma Dehadi Vyatiriktaha Vanava. The self is different from the body, etc. or not. Vanava has got the idea of or not. Whether the self is different from the body, etc. or not. Both the possibilities. Maybe Dehadi Vyatiriktaha, different from the body or not different from the body. And for both the possibilities, there are bases. Atma is Dehadi Vyatirikta because we say my body, and what is mine is different from me. At the same time, I also feel I am fat. I was born, I am going to die. So that says that I am identical with the body. So what is the truth? Because my feelings are supporting both. Therefore this question, Atma Dehadi Vyatiriktaha Vanava, whether it is different from the body, etc. or not. And etc. is there. Therefore not only the body. Sometimes people may think I am different from the body but not different from the mind. Therefore Dehadi, Deha, Indriya, Mana, Buddhi. Am I different or not? First. Second is Vyatiriktatve api Kartrutvadi Dharma Yogi Vanava. Atmanaha we have to supply. Atmanaha Kartrutva Vyatiriktatve api. Even though the self is different from the body, etc., but still is he associated, yogi is associated with dharma, the quality of doership, etc., or not. Like Nayayikas and all, they consider Atma to be Karta. Karteti Nayayikaha. Even though they consider Atma to be different from the body, but they consider Atma to be Karta. Mimamsaka also consider Deha Atma to be different from the body, but Karta. So even though I am different from the body, but still whether I am Karta Bhokta or not. That is second question. But it looks like that I am a Karta. Because when I do, I feel good. When I don't do well, I feel bad. So I am a Karta. If I am able to answer the question, I feel good. If I don't answer, I feel bad. If I sing well, I feel good. I don't sing well, I feel bad. So therefore, I am a Karta. My experience shows like that. So, Kartrutvadi Dharma Yogi Vanava. That is second doubt. Third is Akartrutve api Tasya Brahmana Abheda Asti Vanava. Even though Atma is Akarta, even though Atma is non-doer, Tasya means Atmana, of the self. Brahmana Abheda Asti Vanava. Whether there is non-separation from Brahman or not. Even though Atma is Akarta, whether there is non-separation from Brahman or not. Is there non-separation from Brahman? or not. Tasya means of the self. Of the self, whether there is non-separation identity with Brahman or not. Whether am I non-separate from Brahman or separate from Brahman. Even though I am akarta, but still may not be Brahman. I am just akarta, bhokta in this body. I am not Brahman. Like Sankhya, they consider Atma to be akarta, but still they don't consider Atma to be Brahman. They don't accept Brahman at all. So, tasya brahmana abheda asti vanava. So, all these doubts are serious doubts. It has got some philosophical backup. There are philosophers who are thinking. So, asti nava. Alright, further. Abhede api tadnanam karmadi sahitam va mukti sadhanam kevalam va. Abhedepi, even though there is non-separation of the Atma from Brahman, tadnanam, the knowledge of the self non-separate from Brahman, karmadi sahitam mukti sadhanam kevalam va. Knowledge of Atma being non-separate from Brahman is the means for moksha. How? Karmadi sahitam, along with karma, kevalam va. Or Jnanam itself, Kevalam means purely, mere. So, mere Jnanam of Atma being Brahman is the means for moksha, or the knowledge of Atma being Brahma along with karma is the means for moksha. This topic is very extensively discussed in Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam, Dana Karma Samuchaya. This is a Dana Karma Samuchaya topic. So, whether just knowing I am Brahman, is it good enough for moksha? In fact, this is a genuine question. People after studying Vedanta still they have this doubt. So don't think these are only theoretical doubts. These are the really people have. That just by knowing I can be free from bondage, or something else is required. Something else means some karma, some upasana, some yajna yagadi, something required or not. That also doubt. And generally people think that mere jnanam will not give moksha. Why? Because I think I have got jnanam, but moksha did not come. Means something else is required. Like you appear for interview, did well, but still you did not get the job. So what? Something else is required. So, I hope you understood. So, something else is required. So, karmadi sahitam mukti sadhanam kevalam va. The doubt is there. Alright, further. So, you see very big list of doubt. Atmanaha brahmatve. He automatically gets a switch off. Huh? When light goes, I think that time. Okay, alright. Atmanaha brahmatve satyapi tad buddhya veditum shakyate vanava. This is another question, very genuine question. What? Atmanaha brahmatve satyapi. Even though the self is Brahman by nature, Atma has got the status of being Brahman, even though that is a fact. Tat means Brahmatva, the status of being Brahma, Atma being Brahma, buddhya veditum shakyate vanava. Whether this can be known by the intellect or not. This also many people have this question. Swamiji, is it a matter of only intellect or we have to go beyond intellect? People say this, what knowledge you have is only intellectual knowledge. So this question is what? Whether Atma being Brahma, I being Brahman, is it a matter of understanding through intellect only? Can it be known only through intellect? Or we have to go beyond intellect? This is a genuine question. So, Tat Buddhya should be separated, okay? Tat. Atmanaha Tat means Brahmatva. Tat Buddhya is not a Tat Samasa. Atmanaha Brahmatvam Buddhya Veditum Shakyate Vanava. My being Brahman, can it be understood by the intellect or not? And I tell you, many these modern Vedantis, they will say, no. You have to go beyond intellect. And you identify with that person. Why? Because you have understood, you think you have understood, and you used your buddhi, and you don't have that satisfaction of knowing Brahman. Therefore, something is missing. And therefore what? You have to go beyond buddhi. Some people are beyond Ananda. There was one person in the US. He had written some book also, Beyond Ananda. His name was Beyond Ananda. So, this is a genuine question. Whether my being Brahman, can it be known by the intellect or not? So, some of the doubts you can identify with. Yeah, Swamiji, I also have this doubt. So, that's why a list is given. Someone you can pick up. So, अच्छा ये अपने वाला है. So, मम परमार्थतः ब्रह्मत्वे सत्यपि तादृग् रूपम साक्षात् कृतं वा न वा. मम परमार्थतः ब्रह्मत्वे सत्यपि. Even though my being Brahma in reality, तादृग् रूपम means that type of nature, means Brahma Rupam. Sakshat Kritam Vanava. Whether it is realized by me or not. This is also another very sincere question. What? Swamiji, what do you think? Am I a realized person? Can I be called Jnani or not? How nice, Swamiji, if there is some certification for that. You go there and certified. Like a certified trainer, like this is there, no? So similarly, you are a certified Jnani. So I get a doubt whether I have realized Brahman or not. So that whether I have realized, maybe I may be overshooting, like you want to go to Arsha Vidya Gurukulam and you reach Anaikatti. So similarly, in this pursuit of knowledge, you already might have been realized person and you are unnecessary walking further. Stop attending all camps and all this. So I might have realized perhaps. So tadrak rupam sakshat kritam vanava. So this question is something like this. One lady who is becoming pregnant first time. She is very anxious about the whole thing. And therefore she tells her mom, Mom, you please tell me when I deliver the baby. By chance I may be sleeping and I deliver the baby. So mother says, when you deliver the baby, not only you wake up, you will wake up the whole village. So similarly, when you realize, you don't have to ask anybody. You realize you are the first one to know. Whether other people know it or not, you will definitely know. It is something like, if you have got Sukham, do you know it or not? I don't know, Swamiji, I got Sukham or not, I don't know. You don't say that. Did you, when you took Laddu, you got some happiness or not? Yes, you know it. You liked it, did not like it. So just as Sukha Dukkhadi are Swasamvedya, Bhagavan Bhashyakara uses the word Swasamvedya. You yourself know it. You don't have to ask. But these all are doubts of the people who have not realized, means not understood. These are not the questions of those who have already got the knowledge. Those who have got knowledge, they will not have this question. Those who are thinking that when knowledge happens, perhaps I may overshoot, those people are having this doubt. All right. So, Sakshat Kritam Vanava. All right, further. Sakshat Krite api itah param kartavyam asti vanava. Even if Brahman is Sakshat Krita, means understood directly, intimately, itah param, thereafter, kartavyam asti vanava. After that, is there anything to be done? Kartavyam means to be done. Will there be anything to be done? Once I understand Brahman to be myself very well, will there be something to be done? Or not? Because many times it happens, after you appear for exam, still you will have so many things to be done. Formalities are there. So whether you have some formalities to be fulfilled even after Brahma Jnanam or not. Then Shastra says, no, you will not have duty. So Shastra will have answer for every doubt. I am not talking about the answer. I am talking about the doubts only here. Kartavya bhavepi idanim mama jivan mukti asti vanava. Even though I do not have any duty because I got Brahmajnanam, but now, idanim now, mama jivan mukti asti vanava. For me, whether freedom while living is there or not, because I have heard so much about Jivan Mukti, Jivan Mukti, Jivan Mukti. So whether I have got Jivan Mukti now or not. So question is whether I have got Jivan Mukti or not. Then Jivan Muktatve api, even if a person becomes free while living, Vartamana Deha Patanantaram, after the fall of this present body, Videha Mukti Bhavishyati Vanava. Whether the freedom characterized by the absence of the body will be there or not. Remember, this question is not on the part of the person who has really got Jivan Mukti. One who is now seeing only the map of this pursuit. For that person, these questions are there. If a person has got Jivan Mukti, he will not have this question, whether I got a Jivan Mukti or not. But person now, before getting, is thinking, when I get Jivan Mukti, will I know it or not? That's what it means. If person gets Jivan Mukti, he will not have this question. Like a deliverer, a person definitely knows delivery has happened. It's not that, oh, he will doubt. But somebody who is first timer, they will have this, whether will I know it or not. So similarly here, this person, before he is entering into the pursuit, he will having this many doubts. Whether I will know I have got Jivan Mukti or not. Okay, Jivan Mukti, Jivan Muktatve api, Vartamana Deha Patanantaram, Videha Mukti Bhavishyati Vanava. Whether it will be there or not. In fact, for real Jivan Mukta, one who is a Jivan Mukta, really, that person doesn't have concern for Videha Mukti. He said whether this body is fallen, not fallen, resolved into the totality or not, doesn't matter because I am not that. So, real Jivan Mukta will not have concern for Videha Mukti. One who is not Jivan Mukta will have concern for Videha Mukti. Okay. So, whether even after Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti will happen or not, or some extra procedure is required. After passport also, visa is required. So, similarly after Jivan Mukti also, Videha Mukti, visa is required. Some procedure is required or not. And final doubt is, Tat Prapto Api. Tat means Videha Mukti. On attainment of Videha Mukti also, Kalantare, at some other time, Punarjanma Bhavishyati Vanava. Rebirth will happen or not? It is something like something is called permanent, but it's not really permanent. After some time, person will come back. Like doctor said, this you take medicine, then permanent solution. Permanent means 5-6 years. Afterwards it will come. And some people say that all Mukta Purusha have to be born again. Why? If Mukta Purushas are not born, one day this whole universe will be free of all living beings. Why? One by one, all these jivas are getting disappeared. One day what? Nobody is there. Therefore what? After 10-15 years, come back. Like even life imprisonment. Life imprisonment doesn't mean whole life. 14 years something, no? So something like that. This person Videha Mukti for 1400 years. Okay, 100 laga do. So, Kalantare Punarjanma Bhavishyati Vanava Ityadi Sarva Samshaya Nivrittihi Bhuyat. In this manner, all doubts resolution will happen. When you get Brahmajnanam, you understand that I am ever free. No question of my becoming free. I am ever free. No question of rebirth, because there is no birth. If birth is there, rebirth will happen. There is no birth, there is no question of rebirth. So, all doubts are resolved. Then, the third aspect of freedom is presented in the next prayer. Anarabdha अनारब्धानामागामि जन्म हेतूनाम् अनेक कोटि जन्मार्जितानां प्रारब्धव्यतिरिक्तानां संचितकर्मणां निवृत्तिरूपः परमपुरुषार्थः सम्यगाविर्भूयात्. This is the last one we are completing. 2 more we will do tomorrow. Today this will complete. Parama Purusharthaha Samyagavir Bhuyat. That is the main sentence. In the previous one, main sentence what? Sarva Samshaya Nivrittihi Bhuyat. That was the main sentence. Parama Purusharthaha, the highest human goal. Samyak, very well. Avir Bhuyat means let it manifest. Let the highest human goal get manifested very well. And what is that? Sanchita karmanam nivritti rupaha. The highest human goal in the form of nivritti, freedom. In the form of freedom from sanchita karmanam, or the removal of sanchita karma, accumulated actions, accumulated punya papa. And what are these sanchita karmas? He says, anarabdhanam. The punya papas which have not started giving the result. Arabdham is started. Anarabdham is not started giving the result. Agami janma hetunam, which are the causes for future birth. If they are not destroyed by jnanam, they are the causes for future janma, future births. And how this punya papa called sanchita are acquired? Aneka koti janmarjitanam. Acquired over many crores of births. So sanchita karmas are acquired over millions and millions of births. And they are prarabdha vyatiriktanam. They are different from the karmas that have which has started giving the result. The sanchita karmas are vyatirikta, different from the prarabdha karma which has started giving the results. So this is the one which has not started giving the result. So this sanchita karma acquired over many janmas, caused for many births, and they have not started giving the result. Such sanchita karmas are removed by jnanam, which is called mokshaha. So parama purushartha, which is in the form of removal of sanchita karma or freedom from sanchita karmas, which are of that nature. And that parama purushartha samyagavir bhuyat, let it manifest very well. So all three aspects of moksha, one is hridaya granthi bhedaha, second is sarva samshaya nivritti, and third is sarva karma kshaya. So sanchita karmas are destroyed, prarabdha karmas are exhausted. And what happens to agami karma? That will be described in the next sentence. We'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo. Hari. So tomorrow we'll meet. Is it possible to meet 7 or a puja goes up to 7? 6:45 gets over. So 7 o'clock we'll meet. Maybe 5-10 minutes we'll do meditation. Then 2 prayers are remaining, we'll complete. And then we have valedictory. So I will give you the books. And the book we are going to give this all prayers with English translation. So that some of you might have missed some words. And also the original Original how 54 prayers, that also will give you. So it's a booklet, so it will be useful to you. Om Shanti.